What's up, YouTube? You know who it is. Midwest Tour Review here, back again. Trying to turn down my stereo here. We are out in the shop tonight, and we are doing a little work on the John Deere 320 tonight. You may want to, we're going to do a little bit of a lot of things. So I'm going to tell you about the tractor. We're going to talk about the transmission for the International Harvester. We're going to talk about a tool haul we got. So let's go ahead and start on the 320. So the 320, I blew some fuses earlier today, got those replaced. And so you're looking at the body, you may say, well, James, you got it partly assembled. Everything's just kind of sitting on there right now. And what I decided to do, I was initially going to paint this tractor. But I decided that I'm not going to paint it and I'm going to buff it. So I got my polisher here, ordered this sucker off of, I tore up the wheel there, the pad. But I ordered this off of Amazon, and I've been playing around with polishing. I even got a chance to polish my bike. Turned out pretty good. And so I decided to go ahead and polish the tractor. So it's got, I took out all the dents that I could find, got the body hammer, the dolly out, got those knocked out, and then I started polishing it up. So there's a little bit of exposed metal. I'm not worried about that. I'm probably going to clear coat it once the polish wears off, and then we'll probably just light sand it down, 1500 grit or something like that, and clear coat it. I don't know. But I decided to go ahead and polish it up. So we did that tonight. I got 95% of the parts done. That's not a bad shine to it. I should have taken pictures of it before so you could have saw the condition, but it was basically oxidized, heavily oxidized. And that was the finish we were able to achieve with the polisher. Just used a medium cut, Meguiar's polish, a couple passes, polish it, wipe it down, check it, polish it, wipe it down. I think I probably did 2 or 3 passes on the hood, and then maybe 2 or 3 passes on the body pan or the seat pan. So that came out really good. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I didn't feel like it was necessary to go ahead and paint this. And a lot of my John Deeres, even the ones over there that they're next in line to get worked on, the body is fairly decent in terms of damage. There's no busted fiberglass or heavily dented metal. The reality of it is they could all probably be polished out and they look really nice. So this one here, it kind of captures, it's not that old of a tractor. I think this is like a 99 or something like that, or a 2000. So it's not seriously old, but it is kind of preserves the patina, I guess, if you will, of it. But it turned out really good. And so what I'm going to end up using this tractor for is I'm going to put a plow in the front of it. I have a larger John Deere that I have a rear plow for, but I'm going to put a front mounted plow on this guy here. And I'm going to, instead of using the deck, because I won't cut my property. I have too many acres to try to cut with this. So I'm going to change up the hydraulics on here and route them to the front as opposed to being on the deck, if you will, because it is a hydraulic lift. So I'm just going to change everything around and put hydraulics on the front, and then that way I'll be able to control the blade on the front. What else is there? So that's all done. I'm just kind of putting all the pieces back slowly but surely. The wheels on this guy are pretty bad. I was thinking about initially leaving them as they are, because in fact the rest of the tractor is kind of left as they are, as it is, rather. But I think I'm going to go ahead and paint them. I think, just kind of looking at it, I think it would look better if they were painted. I don't know. You guys tell me. Maybe I should just leave it as is. Maybe I should just go ahead and throw a coat of paint on there and call it a day. So I'm kind of still playing around with the idea of what I'm going to do with that. Let's see here. Next thing. So this is the transmission out of the International Harvester Cub Cadet. And I was actually in the process of getting ready to crack open the transmission just to take a look in there and see how things look. I've not done that before. So I thought that would be pretty cool to do that. Trying to find the right socket for that. looks like that may be an SAE. I don't have any SAE on that cart. Let's see, I don't know what size it's gonna be. Maybe 9/16. Nope, not 9/16. I need to put some SAE sockets on that cart apparently. It's in fact in half. Okay, so let's see. Got the little DeWalt out right now. We'll see how well it can handle this job. Uh-oh, dropped the screw. Two screws. One more. All right, let me get a light. Where's my Snap-on light? Let's see here. She ain't got much down in there, boys. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but she looks low. And what I'm looking for primarily is I'm looking at the condition of the teeth. Looking for galling, binding, chipping, things of that nature. And I don't see any metal. Let me see if I got a magnet. Okay, let's take a look and see. This magnet's really strong too. Just kind of feeling around in there. I don't see anything on the end of that. I'm gonna smell test. No, there's no metal on it. Kind of get all that. Yeah, there's no metal. So that's good. I didn't expect there to be, but I heard that these are pretty bulletproof. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe this is a Dana transmission. I'm not sure. I know people said that they were pretty reliable. I have to do some more research on that to see what brand it is, but I thought I read that it was a Dana transmission. Maybe one of you guys know. So that's good. No metal, which is good. This is a 53-year-old tractor, guys. So 53-year-old transmission or somewhere about there. So that's pretty impressive. Oh, come on, Snap-on. Probably the little cheap ass okay, cool. All right, happy with that. Nothing looks weird. Yeah. Make sure I got that right. Okay, cool. All right, she's seated properly. All right, so we're good on that. I'll have to do some research to figure out if that is in fact a Deere trans or whatever. I'm not sure. I vaguely looked at it and yeah, I don't know. Okay, so covered the John Deere, covered the transmission. We're gonna be painting that. I got paint in the house. I picked that up today. I was gonna bring it out here because I was thinking about going ahead and painting this up. I bought, that goes into the tool haul. So I went to everybody's favorite tool supply place, none other than the great folks there at Harbor Freight. And you know, don't click off the video right now, guys. It's just a couple simple things, right? So shout out to Paul Mendenhall for the knives. They worked out great. So what do we pick up on the tool haul? Let's go through it real quick. So we got a 4-inch polycarbide abrasive wheel. We got the Hercules brand 4.5-inch fiber disc. This is the fiber backing pad. So this is the backing pad that you need to run these discs here. So we got a 4.5-inch Bauer disc because I had to buy a little bit of everything because they didn't have everything I needed in one brand. So this is a 60 grit, and I thought 60 grit would be ideal. I got the other parts sitting outside of the shop. I need to, in fact, bring those in because it may rain tomorrow. But I wanted 60 grit because I'm not trying to make this perfect. Let me go back and say that. But they're like the mounting surfaces, things of that nature, I want them cleaned up. The hitch will clean that up with the heavy grit. The hubs we're not going to do anything with. And then like on this rod here, we're just gonna take sandpaper to that and just sand that down and clean it up. Maybe even a wire brush would probably be better suited to clean that up. So this housing doesn't need very much at all. It doesn't need much at all in terms of getting it prepared. So this will be a quick thing to knock out, be done with it. And then I got to figure out this gear shifter here because I don't know if this, maybe it does turn off. I was gonna say, I don't know how it comes off, but yeah, it comes right on off. Good, awesome, perfect. Because this thing is roached. This is done. So we gotta get a new one of those. Maybe I can find one on eBay or something like that. So we got that. We also picked up the Ames infrared laser thermometer. I got this because I work on all these small engines. And a lot of times I'm trying to figure out if there's any firing issues or to make sure that every cylinder is working and firing like it should. And I've been told that a thermometer can help do that. If the engine's running, you can see what the temps are. You can measure them through the exhaust manifold to see how things are firing, or if one's running cold or one's running too hot, etc. And I don't have one. I don't. This is something I've never owned. I've always wanted one. I mean, these things are very practical beyond just automotive work. So pick that up. I got this buffing polishing wheel. This is actually for my brother. He wanted this for his bike to polish up some of the chrome surfaces. And so this is just something you just mount to the drill. So we've got that. And then last, I got this. Now I know this is a kind of a touchy subject for me. I used some wire wheels from Harbor Freight years ago, and I had a piece of the metal shoot and hit me in the finger. I thought I'd gotten it all out. It just came out this year, and that's been like 5 years ago. So you got to be careful with where. Ideally, you want to buy these from American sources because the quality that offshore manufacturers put into these products is not where you need it to be, and these damn things can be very dangerous when they fly off at 7,000 RPM. So just take note of that. Wear eye protection, PPE. Make sure you have your PPE. If you have a face shield, even better. But if you don't, make sure you're wearing some type of eye protection. But it came with the brush. It came with a couple of the I don't know what you want to call these, the disc type wheels or whatever. I don't like these at all, so I probably won't be using this. This only time I'll probably use these are for like cleaning up welds. If I'm welding and I want to clean it up a little bit, maybe I'll use that. But I mainly bought it for the cupping wheels, or the cup wheels. So that's, oh, and then lastly, you may say, well, what are you going to use on all that? So the last thing I bought was this Bauer 7 amp, 11,000 RPM, 4.5 inch single slide or slide switch grinder. Now I have a Milwaukee in there. I have a Milwaukee. I believe I have a Cobalt, but this is corded, and I wanted something that I could just beat the hell out of and not really care. I don't like beating the hell out of my Milwaukee and my Snap-on DeWalt tools, but the Bauer, well, it's only $29, so I figured I could go ahead and beat it up, and if it wears out, I could take it back because it's got a warranty or replacement warranty on it for 2 years. So that should be more than enough time for me to see how well it's going to hold up. After all, I've had some of their old cheap stuff, the Chicago pneumatic or whatever it was called, and those things lasted years, so I didn't have any problems. So I fully expect the Bauer to handle what I'm going to do to it. So that's my tool haul for the night. That's my work that I've done on the John Deere. I hope to wrap up the John Deere over the weekend. I have an auction that I'm going to tomorrow with the wife. We're looking at a couple new pieces of equipment for our homestead, so you guys will stay tuned for that. I'm thinking about, my wife suggested that I do a video there, and I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Living in a farm community, I don't know if any of you guys live in a farm community, but farmers are not like, you know, people that live in a city. And they don't like being on camera. And so I don't know that I want to go putting farmers inadvertently on camera because I'm trying to videotape what's going or record what's going on at this auction. So I don't know yet. We'll see. If I get a chance to, maybe I'll do it. Ideally, I should have did it today because today was just a viewing day and tomorrow's the actual auction. So we'll see. And I got a couple little things that I'm looking at, a couple big things actually that I'm looking at in terms of bringing home for the shop. You may say, okay, James, there's probably going to be another tractor. It could be, it may not be. I don't know. The 116 has got a new home. That is my brother's tractor. He's going to take that and I'm going to help him. It runs, engine runs, it moves, all that stuff. We just got to figure out what's going on. It's not running consistently. So I got to help him with that. So we're going to probably get that out of here this weekend. He needs to get going on that, and he needs to have more things to do in his shop. And so this would be a perfect project for him, and something that he and I can collaborate on and work. He is trying to look at getting a YouTube channel. I'm trying to get him to commit to doing it, but his head is hard as shit, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The 160 here, that is my son. So that is not going nowhere. It's got an electrical issue too. It does run. You guys may have seen my Instagram. If, by the way, you haven't, check me out at Midwest_tool_review. My son and I, both of my boys, we drove that around and played on it. So it runs great, absolutely great. It's got some type of a, I don't know what it is. If it's the safety switch or whatever, I checked all that stuff. I've been back probing it. I've got the starter pulled off on it because I was concerned the starter wasn't firing. I've got my test light. I mean, I've been working on it. I need to get it finished up because he wants to drive that tractor. So we need to get that out of here. So that's not in a way in terms of another project I got to do. Get that the hell out of here and get this moved down the line and get the 320 out of here, because the 320 should probably go with the rest of them in the smaller barn, and get that out of the big shop. So I'm going to finish getting this thing polished up probably tonight, figure out what I'm going to do about the wheels tomorrow after I get back from the auction, and go ahead and get this thing assembled and out of the shop, because she runs great. She's ready to go. Everything that needs to be replaced on that tractor is done. So it can move over to the smaller shop and sit there until we figure out what we're going to do with it in terms of the hydraulic system. So that'll be a future video. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the only updates I got for you tonight. It's a quiet night in the shop. I've been banging out some music, listening to some Jason Aldean. You guys, I don't know if you don't like, if you like country music, one of my favorite singers is Jason Aldean. I don't, say what you will because I'm black and I like country and all that stuff like that. But hey, I live out in the farm, man. What do you expect, right? So, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to get it probably cleaned up a little bit with the wire wheel. And yeah. Oh, the engine. So the engine's sitting here real quick. The engine is sitting out here. I got to disassemble all the cowling and all that kind of stuff. I got to pull the starter generator off there, I got to tape off everything, then power wash it, and then get it all reassembled and paint it. The wiring harness I got to tomorrow, hopefully. Again, I got so much stuff to do, but I love being busy. Hey, Sup Cat. I'm thinking that tomorrow we're going to go to the salvage yard. Maybe I can convince my brother to go with me and pull the wiring that we need, because like I said, I'm going to use automotive wire that I pull from a car, because I can get 15, 20 feet of it for like $5. And then that's a smart way to go when it comes to buying pure copper wire and not CCA or copper clad aluminum wire. Don't buy copper clad, buy pure wire. So if you're looking to do a project where you need different gauges of wire, go to your local salvage yard, pull the wire you need, and hopefully you can get it at a good price. All right, guys, I got to go. I have a sinus infection. I got to take some medicine. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in to the video. Hope you like it. Leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram. Click the ring button. Click the like button. Kiss your mother and your father and tell them you love them, and tell your kids and wife that they're the greatest people in the world. So, all right, guys, catch you on another one. Peace.